Welcome back to 1876 Sports and Culture Podcast, a show focused on highlighting the illustrious Prairie View A&M University, the HBCU of Texas, by promoting SWAC and the HBCU experience, featuring your fellow PV Panthers, Roland Austin, Jay Cleasy, Big Mike Washington, three-time SWAC champ Gati Werema, former drum major HBCU band historian Shaunetta Haskell, and Al Williams, driving the show from the Hill. Please subscribe and follow us on social media at 1876 SCP. And don't forget, we do it for the culture.
Welcome to the 1876 Sports and Culture Podcast. We come at you after another big W. I got one number for you, 53,917.
That's a big one. That is bigger than the Orange Blossom Classic number, I believe.
It is. That is the number one attendance draw in the SWAC this season. Now, I know we still have Bayou Classic coming up, which is always a big one. But to put up those kind of numbers, I don't remember the last time we had those kind of numbers at Labor Day Classic.
Labor Day or State Fair?
I'm sorry, State Fair. Y'all got to forgive me. I'm a little jet lagged.
It's been a long time since we had those numbers at Labor Day.
Y'all see these bags under these eyes, man. I'm trying to hydrate and stand up straight. I still got to go see Mary J tonight. So, but yeah, I missed the game, but I saw you guys at the Dallas Alumni banquet at the Gala. And everybody had on they Dallas Gala fits. Y'all looking in, okay?
Good and stuff. I was like, man,
we was fancy.
I'm trying to tell you.
You brought the interns in there looking good. I was like, look at everybody all spiffed up.
Yeah.
It was definitely a nice event. It's only gonna grow, and there was a special challenge to those of us born in the 70s. To step our game up. This is our time, right? This gala has pretty much been supported by our more seasoned alum. And so we all should hopefully be at a point in our careers so we can buy tickets and give back. So definitely was exciting to see, and hopefully we can grow this thing. I would love to see it be on the same level as like the UNCF gala.
I can say I had an awesome time. It was my first time going to a grown folks PV affair where you had to actually put on clothes and couldn't walk around with a red cup in your hand. And so I was amazed. I was excited. I was very impressed by what was put together. The food was good. Just the entire reception was great. The MC, the King of Swing, Carl Mays, did a great job as usual. The band. Your boy who was singing on the microphone he had all the classics, all the 80s and 90s R&B classics. So it was a great time.
All right. So did y'all get all the line dances in? Y'all got the old hustle. Y'all got the wobble. What's the other one? The Tamia, the new Tamia one. PV High Side, and the folks who know the Tamia one.
They played it, but that's a little bit too complicated. But we definitely did the wobble and what's the other? K-Wayne. But yeah, no, they played to me and we just looked.
See,
my ankles ain't strong enough for all of that.
Yeah, that Tamia one, man. People that got that one down, they get all high side on you when they can do it. They look at you sideways when you can't. So yeah, I get you there. All right. So now what was the tailgate like? I know MLK, last year was subdued and we were in COVID protocols and all that, but it should have been wide open this year. I heard Beto was there.
I didn't see him walking around.
Did you have Beto out there?
I didn't see him walking around, but I did see pictures. I saw pictures.
Oh, that. You know what? I know that we ain't talking politics right now, but that's what we need from these damn Democrats. Get it in any way you can. But the scene was great, man. every Kappa chapter known to mankind seemed to be out there at the Kappa house. So they were deep. The Deltas were deep. Q's was deep. Barbecue in the air. All kind of other medicinal products in the air. So everybody had a wonderful time.
You see medicinal products in the air. Okay.
That's
So
all.
I know the Bros were lacking this year.
Yeah, man.
I was out of town. So a lot of the PV Bros were out of town. So we stepping up. We're gonna head up that committee next year. We can't get outdone right around the block from our own doggone house. So
Yeah,
we got to get
man.
it in. Come on, Alpha Sig. We got to get it in. We hosted nationals this year. A tailgate should be nothing.
I was looking for them. We were like, where the bros at? They weren't out there. So we had to go in and befriend all our other D9 brothers and sisters.
All right. Now we gotta call some folks to the front of the congregation. South Carolina State, the band. Of course, they pulled ahead the game between South Carolina State and University of South Carolina to Thursday because Ian was headed up that way. So they played that game Thursday, and wouldn't you know, at halftime, nah, bro, I'm not feeling it.
Another kumbaya moment. For those who aren't familiar with what we're talking about, we spoke about it last week or so when I guess was it Southern and LSU did a halftime show together, and then I think someone else did a halftime show together.
It was FAMU in North Carolina, I think.
Yeah. They were the first ones who started this new trend. And so now this weekend, South Carolina State band and University of South Carolina did a joint halftime show. Us giving away our culture again.
So do we start the petition now? Because when we play another money game, I am not here for that. No, sir.
No. We definitely need a petition. If the Marching Storm does a halftime show with Texas A&M's band, we got a problem. I ain't writing no more checks till somebody explain that to me, if that ever occurs.
Here's the only way that I give them a pass. They agree to do it, right? They go out, and once they start playing, everybody put on a black glove and throw that fist in the air. Bruh, I'm for that right there. And we can do that.
we mess around and get somebody fired behind that
Ooh,
one.
That'll be spicy.
That'll be extra spicy. Ooh, I like it though.
Yeah. So, this week we talked about him last week, but Kevin Powell was on the yard and he gave kind of his inaugural speech as the Toni Morrison writer in residence for this year. He touched on several topics, but I think he had a really strong opening where he said, I am a Black heterosexual male who is not afraid of Black women leaders, women being in leadership. That seems like it shouldn't be a big statement, but it hit different.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's such an issue. And I hear women say it all the time, but I never hear men outwardly say it. But apparently it is a big issue. And let's just be real, man. Give me a female leader any day over a dude. Let us be in the background and be the henchmen who need to be the strong arms. But Black women have led the households forever, and they push forward now, looking as leaders in all different realms. Hell, President Simmons is leading our university to the heights that we've never seen before. But it was when I heard him say that, particularly the straight Black male piece, that he was not threatened by female leadership. I thought that was a powerful statement when I heard it.
It's definitely powerful from a standpoint of not being threatened by the leadership. That means you're confident in your own personal leadership. But I've always subscribed to, we have to be very careful in how we tread with that kind of thinking, because and hey, I might get a lot of backlash for this, but I have not met a female yet that does not want to see a male leader. And we have placed a lot of focus on our females and getting them in things like STEM and leadership and things like that, that Black Girls Rock, all of this. And our young men are slowly being left behind. So I think we can progress equally. We always talk about equity on this show, but we are slowly leaving these young Black men behind. So
They getting left.
power to the ladies, but they need a swift kick in the behind too.
I was about to say.
I was just going to say, I think so, because I'm in an organization and we are very big on educating our girls. And I do think that, and I get what you're saying, Roland, because I've said the same thing, because just we'll have programs and, you ask our young ladies, what do you want to be? And it's an attorney or a doctor or neurosurgeon or, computer science. Our young men still want to be professional sports, right? And which is not a problem, but understanding, sweetie, there are other options for you, right? And so my thing is, who takes the charge with that? Because I've gone to and we participated with some other fraternal organizations and worked with their young men. And so I would just say to some of my brothers that when you are mentoring these young men, there's more to it than showing them how to put a condom on and tying a tie.
Exactly. Bingo. I mean, we put more effort and energy on making sure Fido ain't left behind in the storm than we do making sure that these young men are actually properly trained and equipped to lead strong women.
Right.
I'm gonna leave that alone because I think that's gonna trap. That's
Nah,
gonna be a
speak,
trap.
Roland
Speak
said,
that
"Don't
talk.
at me."
Talk that talk, man.
Hey,
don't
we ain't
report to nobody.
scared. We ain't scared.
Nah, I ain't scared. I mean, I believe it. I mean, it's fact, but sometimes it travels over into some interesting waters. So, but hey, kudos to him for being bold enough to make that statement. And if people are talking about it, that means it needs to be discussed. We've been silent about it for too long.
Absolutely. And, this weekend I had the opportunity to join the leadership conference for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Now, for those of you not familiar, United Negro College Fund basically covers all of the private HBCU institutions across the country. The Thurgood Marshall College Fund actually supports all the state-supported and public HBCUs across the country. So they represent about 46 HBCUs right now. The leadership conference was in New York. It was held at the Marriott Marquis right in the middle of Times Square. They went top shelf with everything. And when I say I saw some phenomenal young men and young women at that event, it gives you energy to be around young people that on top of things. It was just a phenomenal banquet and activity. It was so gangster, bro. So I've been to banquets before, and I think I've been to some nice ones. But when they bring out Yolanda Adams to bring the invocation, all right,
and then, she didn't even sing it. She just praying.
She prayed, and then she gave us a couple of songs, bro. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, they weren't done. So after meal, as soon as they start serving coffee and stuff, here comes Tamia. Tamia came out and did a set. Then
big checks.
Yeah. So then, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but long story short, Terrence J was the host. And this Jewish guy had proposed to the former CEO of the Thurgood Marshall Foundation, and it was the most gangster thing I'd ever seen in my life. He said she's starting a foundation in her retirement, right? So he said, it's important that we support her. I'm putting $250 grand on it. And then his boy comes up on the video. Yeah, I think it's important too, and I'm gonna double whatever you did. So he put in 500. Then the man turned around and said, well, I got to do this part on my own. And he got on one knee, pulled out this 4-carat rock in front of everybody and proposed. I was like, he done made it hard for anybody who was trying to propose in that room, bro, because he got it in. Anyway, but guess who closed the show? Patti LaBelle. Kicked the shoes off and everything. I was done.
They got Patty out there.
I said, you don't have to worry about me. I will be here every year.
Hey,
you don't have to worry about me.
Hold on. Is this thing on? I need better friends. See? I need friends that when I get say, y'all cool and all, but hey, man, I need some boys that's gonna drop 500 G's just because my lady is saying she's starting the foundation.
Man, you're gonna have to
Oh
move
my
that duffel point
goodness.
over a couple of spaces, bro.
Yeah, bro, you tripping. I ain't ready for that.
Yeah.
Like Shaunetta said, we can buy tickets to the gala. But
He said,
golly.
give me a cup, I give you a sip. But man, that's all right. That's cool though. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Patty took the shoes off.
She kicked the shoes off. She did. Patty did Patty. Auntie Patty is always Auntie Patty.
Yeah.
New news on the hill. We got a golf coach. We have a
for how
golf
long?
coach.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Be positive, boy.
Sorry. We said this last time. And it was for the
What's her
next show.
name, man?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So let me gather myself. So it's Jamisha Levister. She came out of North Carolina Central, and actually she started her golf career at a community college, and then the female golf team was disbanded. She got an invitation from North Carolina Central to play on the men's team. And her freshman year, she won MVP. So she's the truth. She's played professional golf. She's been on the tour. So we are happy to have her. She will lead both the men's and the women's golf teams. So we are excited to have her. You know, she's got tournament experience. So I'm looking forward to see what she can do. We're trying to get some more rings over there because, you know, it's been a few years since we had a golf team win the championship since like what, 2021?
Yeah,
Let's go get it.
Al.
We done got spoiled. You know,
I know, right? Boy, y'all tell you, y'all get these champions
spoiled.
built. Then now y'all, we didn't get nothing last year.
We was like third. Come
Yeah.
on.
That's great news. That's great news. Hopefully she will be well received. And I'm sure the kids, the student athletes are ready to be coached again. So awesome news.
Coach, hopefully we can get on the show and actually, you know, introduce her to the fans.
All right. All right. So let's take a quick break. I want to come back and talk about this football game.
2nd and 5. First to the hole up the middle and breaks free. The 20, the 10. Touchdown, Prairie View. And it is Tristan Wallace.
And welcome back. Let's talk about this game. I was at the event, and it was a kid from Southern sitting at the table with me. He had his phone under the table. I had my phone under the table, and him and I are having this whole conversation without saying a word. So I'm like, next week, bruh, next week. So we talking cash noise, but tell us how it went rambling, because we don't call them grambling because they don't have the G no more.
No,
They ain't got the G no
didn't-
more.
They didn't get that G this week either.
Yeah,
Just rambling. So
they're
how
not
did we
going
do
to
against
get that.
rambling?
They're not going to get that G back anytime soon, man. We won the game 34-14. The score is not indicative of how strong we played against Grambling, how much we dominated that game, in my opinion. We combined 289 yards total offense. We allowed 259 yards total offense. Time of possession, we won the time of possession again with that strong running game, 36 minutes to 24 minutes. Red zone, we were 3 for 3 in the red zone, which is, hey, that's great news. I take that obviously all day, every day. So we know when we get in the red zone, we're gonna get it done. Impact players, man. Offensively, Ahmad Antoine getting it done again. He had 16 carries, 992 yards. He even caught 2 out of the backfield, 2 receptions for 14 yards. Trayvon Conley, he didn't put up a bunch of yards, but he ran the offense effectively. He threw it 9 for 16, 56 yards. He ran 14 times for 49 yards. He had a 35-yard TD. So, you know, I think as we get deeper into the SWAC play and we go against stiffer competition, we're going to have to get that passing game going, that connection between Trey Connolly and the receivers. We got to get it going. We got to get that connection, particularly when we play a team like Alcorn, who has a high-powered offense, in my opinion. They looked good team-wise. Defensively, the defense, man, defense is strong. So when you can line up a front four of Jessie Owens, Troy James, Kevin Victorian, and Dante Carter, and then rotate out the entire front four and replace them with Xavier Watson, Desmond Obi, Miles McHaney, and Kendon Jones, and some other guys. And everybody's fresh.
And not miss a beat.
Not miss a beat. We've never had that luxury in the I've been watching PV since 1990. We've never had that luxury before.
Man, I was on Twitter trying to follow all the, everything that was going on. And there's a new nickname out for the PV defense. They talking about welcome to death row.
I like it. I like it.
I say, yeah, that's going to stick.
I like it. Yeah, man. I like it. One kid, I couldn't see. So Trey Green led the defense in tackles, 7 tackles. He's all over the field. There was this one play, I couldn't see who made the hit, but Gramblin's running back got hit, and Xavier Watson grabbed the ball out of the air. The player got hit, the ball popped up in the air. Xavier Watson caught it, ran it for 40 yards. I had never even seen that kid really on the field. I hadn't paid attention to him before. He's on the map now, though, with that touchdown. It's probably his first touchdown of his career. You got guys like that stepping up. He's just a sophomore. Jaden Lane, he had a fumble recovery in the end zone towards the end of the fourth quarter to seal the deal. The defensive, I think everybody was impressed by the defense. You heard people talking about the defense after the game, walking around the fair. So everybody's impressed by the defense, man.
But talk about being spoiled. I really did not want. I in my gut, I really was wanting that shutout. I felt like we was on par to get the shutout. So I don't mean to be just overly critical, but by doggone it, they should not have scored on us.
I'm with you. Everybody wanted the shutout. I'm sure the defense was hot about giving them 14 points, because there was no way
over that shutout.
There was no way.
Stay focused, man. Stay focused.
It was no way.
The goal is the championship. Stay focused. We want to be healthy going into Southern. We want to be healthy going into Alcorn. We want to be healthy. So stay focused. We got the dub. It was never in doubt. It was never in question. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Not leaving that goose egg on there.
Hey man, Grambling.
They got a whole lot of traumatic. Exactly. They owe them trauma on us. We owe them that hit a what they call it, hit an ant with a sledgehammer.
Man,
I'm gonna go
5 in a row. We've won like 5 in a row now.
5 in a row, bro.
There's a whole class of players that have never lost to Grambling.
Exactly.
Yep. I talked to Ahmad Antoine after the game. He said that's his 3rd Cotton Bowl Classic, his 3rd dub. So it's guys who have been here 5 years, 5th-year seniors who have never lost to Grambling. And imagine that. Quick shout out to some of the impact freshmen. So when you recruit kids and they say, well, coach, can I play as a freshman? If I'm good enough, you gonna let me on the field? Every coach says, yeah, you could play. You're gonna play. You're gonna play. You get there, you get redshirted. And a lot of kids end up transferring because they get hot about playing time. When you come to PV, if you're good enough, you're gonna play. We got kids, Connor Wisham out of Zachary, running back, Dejon Lewis out of Pearland, safety, Dylan Domel, tight end, had a heck of a catch yesterday. And Dewan Lewis had a interception where he went up and just took it out the air. All true freshmen, all getting significant playing time. So anybody out there, any potential recruits or parents, if your kid is good enough to play, he gonna get an opportunity to play from day one if that's what you want.
Yeah, it is. All right, man, you got to tee it up for me. I'm thinking about hitting that road next weekend. We got Southern coming in, and this has become kind of a pivotal game for us. We need this one to remain in first place in the SWAC and to take off, any discussion about SU resurgence. They had a statement game yesterday against UAPB, but again, it's UAPB.
Yeah.
So what do you see next week?
Well, they got a nice little front for themselves. We got a PV boy coming back home to visit the yard. Everybody know Jason Dumas will be returning back to campus. We got Coach Dooley returning back to campus.
But he's gonna be wearing suede this time.
He's gonna have on that.
That's the
There's
question.
gonna be some pink suede shoes with the pink bow tie to match.
It's going to be some craziness. There's a couple other players who transferred over to Southern who will be returning back to the Hill. So it's going to be a family affair on both sides. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of hitting going on. Southern's offense does not scare me. I haven't seen anything from the quarterback play that says that our defense won't be able to handle them the same way that they've handled everybody else to this point. So offensively, I'm curious to see what they will do. Defensively, again, they got a front four. The secondary is just okay. Nobody in their secondary scares me. So as Coach Mark Fredericks has done throughout the season, I'm sure he's going to look at that tape from Southern yesterday and see what they do well, and see what they don't do well, and game plan his offense accordingly. So I would suspect that to look for a completely different game plan. He's going to run the ball. And until you prove that you can stop him from running the ball, he's going to keep running the ball, because our three-headed monster, they feed off of each other. Jaden Stewart, Ahmad Antoine, now add Connor Wisham in there as well. They're going to run the ball. I don't think Southern can stop us from running the ball. So we'll see. The y'all going to be hot.
Yeah, I think I'm making that trip.
We need Panther Nation to show up for that one.
Yeah.
I'm hitting that road. I got to be there for this one, man. I'll be there. All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some band. And we are back. So Shaunetta, I don't know. It was. I was hearing that we might have took an L. What did you see?
So it's definitely what did I see, and also what did I hear. So overall, I liked our halftime show. I did. I liked it, but I do understand why people are saying Grambling won, right? And so last week I said I want to see three things: drum major feature, Swamp incorporated in the show, and the Eye of the Storm. I didn't get Swamp. I didn't get the Eye of the Storm. Did get a drum major feature. The intent was good. The execution was just so-so. Okay. They did try to change up the band, the drill. So right after Entertainment Tonight, they did this. I guess they got crunk for a little bit, then went back to the drill. It was different. I don't know how valuable it was, but I don't know. Maybe that's them being creative. It's so funny because I've been around music and band all my life, and I'm starting to really, as I pay more attention, there are songs that I like for a drill number, there's songs that I like for dance, and there's songs that I think you should just stick with in the stands. And so the drill number, they used CeeLo Green when he was Gnarls Barkley. They use, I think it's called FU, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. That's the can't say that's really my favorite song for a drill number, because I want a hard, if we using CeeLo, go Goody Mob CeeLo. I want that in your face. And I feel that song is kind of happy. And so so I don't know. It was cool though. I mean, but again, really just not my favorite. They did do a drum feature, and the people around me were like, it's boring. It's not the box. And I understand that, because remember, the box was more, they definitely were more entertaining, because I was thinking about, remember Carl Mays used to always say percussionists who would get on their hands and feet. But me as a former band member, I can appreciate what the box was doing. But it was 58,000 people in that stadium, right? And so they want to be entertained. They're not appreciating it the way that I am, right? And other people that are maybe percussionists or members of the band. So it begs the question, who are you performing? Are you performing for yourselves? Are you performing for musicians? Are you performing for this fan base that's out here, right? I like the dance. I think that energy was still just but I like the dance. It's just not as bad as what people are saying to me, in my opinion. They did a take on the movie, what is it? You Got Served, right? And so you got one side and this side, and they kind of, I mean, it was creative, it was different, and I don't know. And you know, guys, I always talk about tradition. I'm a woman of, I want to see, but I don't mind new things. So only time will tell if these new things are starting to work. I liked how they came off the field. Hate on me. Maybe they knew people were gonna hate on them, but
That was hype.
I liked it, and I always say that I like the sound of the band. I don't know if we as alum, maybe I'm telling you what will help you all, alum, former who marched with us, and you have to reset your expectation. I'm not saying lower your expectation, but I'm starting to be able to enjoy because I've reset my expectation, right? And I'm looking for those things to just get better in little small, just progress. Now, why are people saying Grambling won? Because Grambling did a Grambling show. Okay. Grambling, they have two things that they do, right? One of them is two moves, these dance moves that they do. They're always going to do that little swaying, little rocking. Yeah, and they're always going to get on their feet and do that kick. I don't care what they do, how boring their show is, because I was quite bored. When they deal those two moves, their fans go crazy, right? It saves their show. How did they come off the field? Exactly how I said they were going to come off the field. That GSU chant. What screwed that chant up for them was that annoying announcer. And we can do a whole show on announcers now. You are not the show. Okay, but I digress. But the crowd got into it. So if you're just going based on crowd participation, who engaged with their fans, then yes, I can see why people are saying that Grambling won. But again, I'm still rocking with the Storm. There was some hits, there was some misses in their show, but I still feel like it was a better halftime show. A friend of mine, we were talking this morning, and he came up with this white uniform test, right? And the theory behind that is I can put a band in a white uniform, no signage, no school, no name, and I would know that's Jackson State, that's Grambling, that's Southern. I can't say that with Prairie View, right? It's something different every week. So I hate that, because it just means we don't have, once you get past that PVU on the field, so I don't know. But again, I'm still rocking with PV in halftime show. The stands, it still comes down to song selection, right? I think that a lot of people are just still rocking with Grambling. Some of the comments that I've seen, and I don't know, guys, if you go on YouTube and you look at some of the footage, it's brutal, to where I'm like, some of this is not what you're looking at. You just hating to be hate. It's not that bad. And I am been very critical of the Storm. It's not that bad. I kind
struggle because CW did not do us justice. I mean, you obviously saw a way different show than I could see from what the cameraman were giving me, and I was like, okay, what's happening here? True enough, they gave more love to Grambling, because I saw almost all of GSU's show, and I didn't see hardly any of it. I'm like, man, what happened here? But
part of the problem too. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the visiting band is always gonna get that, right? Because you're gonna show you coming in, and not to mention, let's be honest, they don't know how to record bands, right? You don't record a band.
That was evident.
Okay, so like I said, I understand. I can understand why people are saying Grambling won. I do. I think part of it is PV has had a hype for so long, and so many people just think they aren't living up to the hype.
Well, let me propose this. So there is a level of fatigue that can set in. Let me go through the Marching Storm's schedule for last week. So Thursday, 10 a.m., Cedar Hill High School, 12:15, DeSoto High School, 2:30, Lancaster High School. Friday, September 30th, the WFAA performance at 5 a.m.
Yep.
10 a.m. Skyline High School. 1 p.m. Samuel L. High School. 3:30 South Oak Cliff High School. 6 o'clock Dallas Alumni Club Association Gala. 7:30 Townview High School. Then you get up Saturday, you have the game, and then they got up today and they were at Westside Baptist at 11 a.m. That schedule is brutal. So for us to expect them to maintain that top level of enthusiasm and energy, I don't think they get the nutrition to keep up with that kind of schedule.
Man, my jaws hurt just from you saying all them places. I was
What
like,
kind of scholarship?
So
What they
again,
scholarship look like?
again, you got to keep the main thing the main thing. I didn't see Grambling at all those places. You got to keep the main thing the main thing. If the main thing is the show for the game, then some of that got to be cut out. You know, a band can recruit itself with a top performance.
You're right about that. Grambling, they still do. Grambling's schedule is the schedule they had from 1996 to 1992 to 1996 when I was at PV. They do the Battle of the Bands. That's still big here, and we used to come down. They don't do the State Fair parade anymore, and we both used to do that parade. And we would go to Carter and do like an extravaganza in practice, and they would do the Battle of the Bands in the morning. But you also have to remember too, I'm wearing my shirt, my boy Prof, may he rest in peace. Prof had a life. Prof wanted to come to Dallas and enjoy himself. So if the band is in all these places, Prof has to be in all of these places. So no. no. We were in the hotel lobby and Prof on his way to the Imbo concert. So no.
Prof said, where y'all going?
Yeah.
I'll see y'all in the morning.
Exactly. So, but anyway, I mean, it is. I think one thing I will say about Leaders State Fair Classic, please remember that you're going to lose your crowd after halftime. So you have got to push the limit. You have got to engage your fans first, second quarter, and halftime, because you're going to lose them. They played Swamp. Dude, it was crunk, but it was 50 people in the stands when they played it.
Yep.
So,
We didn't play Swamp and P-Funk until the third or fourth quarter, after everybody had already left.
Why, Sway?
I don't
get
that.
it. I don't get it.
You play those two songs, you got the whole crowd.
Did y'all see your boy couldn't go back, couldn't do the back bend for Grambling?
I did see that. The one that was on the far left. He came up short, bro.
But you
almost fell.
But you know what though? You bring up a good point, and so going back to the PV and how our drum majors did to come out, and I want to make I just said last week, I think that I really like this group. It's the Cat 5. And I will tell you, I cringe at any resemblance of a back bend. That is Southern, that is Grambling, and that is high school, right? And I'm not saying it's high schoolish. I'm not saying that, but a lot of high school drum majors do it. Southern started that. Grambling does it. I'm good with them doing it. But again, the people on YouTube, just stop. It wasn't that bad. Is there room for improvement? Of course, but stop hating on my school, hell. Southern is Southern is.
Can I say one thing about the Cat 5? Just one?
What's that?
Somebody dropped the baton.
I saw that.
I've never seen that before.
I saw.
Yeah. He dropped it.
He probably still doing laps or something, huh? Don't he?
Yeah, he better be. He better be twirling that damn thing right now.
Oh man, KK side don't haze no more, man.
Now this generation, it's okay, dude. It's all right. Whereas we would like, what the hell are you doing? No, but we do have Southern next week. I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna stick with the Storm on the field. It's Southern. I gotta give it to them in the stands. But what I have to say about energy, I don't want to leave them out. The Black Foxes. If you bring energy, oh my goodness, I don't know what the band was playing, but those girls were dancing their butts off. Do you understand me? Anyone out there who was still saying that the Dancing Dolls are the best dance troupe, what did I say last week? It's because you are a Dancing Dolls fan. Hands down. Black Foxes are the best dance troupe in HBC. I ain't talking about SWAC. I've looked at all. They are the best, point blank. You should see the following that they have on social media, hands
Is
down.
that in the honeybees?
The honeybees
Come on, man.
are just unique because of the, and you know why.
That is a gimmick. It's a gimmick. Let's
Stop
keep
it.
gimmicks where they are.
He did not mean for y'all
classy
to rebuttal. What's baby girl name? Who's the leader? Who was on? Who was on? Say that again. Shelby got them girls right.
Dancing her butt off. And they look so good as a unit. Like you don't even key in on, they just look really good as a unit. They look really good. Uniforms on point, they look good. Kudos to them. So again, it just talks about energy, because again, I don't know what the band was playing because I was just so focused on their routine and how well they executed it.
So Shaunetta, are you expecting to see any stunts this coming week? Because the last time Southern came to the state of Texas, there was some shenanigans. Do you expect any of that to go down at PV?
I don't know. We're a nice band. We're not Third Ward. Yeah, I said it. We're a nice band. So, but you know what? I did notice something. My friend and I, we were going back and forth.
We're not Third Ward. I'm dead.
One thing that I'm noticing that bands truly do disrespect one another, because I will say this. I think it was Grambling. I can't remember what they were playing. I think they were playing their fight song, and PV just started playing. I was like, oh, okay. She flex your muscle.
Yeah, they were playing over each other a lot.
Yeah, I said, okay. So I don't know. I think the theme of the night, when I think about the drill number, FU coming off the field, hate on me. Hey, maybe they sending us messages subliminally. They do have a sign. I thought
it was a message being sent.
Wait a minute. When you go to Hobart Taylor, there's a sign, right? It says, we all we got, but we all we need. So, hey.
All right, then.
I'm rocking with the Storm again. I have no even doubt that they cannot handle Southern. Because I think I said it after the Labor Day Classic. It's like they have these great shows, but then they don't do it again. So it's there. It just depends on what show they put on the field. But the potential is there. I saw it Labor Day Classic.
And they're going to come with it next week. They know the return of Coach Dooley. They know the Dumas story. They're gonna come with it. And they know they done handed us an L every time they've been in our new stadium. So they gonna come with it. So the Storm got to be ready.
The Storm and also the fans, because
selections.
Yeah, the Storm songs, all of it. Yeah,
they better give us something we can sing to so we can get with them.
Yeah, do we have to get a chant going? We won't swamp. We won't swamp. Do we have to do that in the first quarter?
I think so. We need to hear Swamp and P-Funk first quarter, second quarter, 2 times in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait.
All right. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with Meet Me at the Flagpoles. And welcome back. This week we have none other than Jessie Owens, sophomore, kinesiology major, part of that death row defense. Jessie, what's going on, bro?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Doing great, man. We doing real good after yesterday. After y'all beat Rambling, we don't call them Grambling because they don't have the G anymore. So y'all put them Rambling boys back on the bus back to Louisiana for us.
Sir, yes.
Tell us about what the atmosphere was like. It was a record crowd of 53,900 plus fans out there to watch y'all play. Did you feel that the excitement and the atmosphere down on the field? What was it like?
Oh, yes, sir. It was amazing because at first, like pregame, I was like, wow, I don't really think nobody came. Grambling, everybody had people in Grambling stand out like where PV at. But then when we came back outside to get the game for kickoff, it was people out there. So the atmosphere was amazing. Like everybody was into the game, a lot of cheering for the highs and lows. So it was just a good experience.
Well, us old folks had to watch Ashanti concert before we came in the game, so we apologize for that. That had to happen.
I know, I'm already know. That's why my mom and them came.
She's like, oh, that's right, y'all playing today, huh? We was going to see Ashanti and them.
That's Gen X. We could help it.
Yeah.
But
So-
what was the front four? You guys, we were talking earlier about how you have the ability now to rotate out your front four and keep you guys fresh. What is the rotation like, and how does that impact your ability to finish the game strong the same way you started the game?
Well, of course, us having a rotation is way much better because of last year. Of course, we only played with 4, but now that we got a rotation, it's some people you can bring in for third down, third and long. Like, just a lot of rotation to keep everybody safe. For, of course, like, say for instance, it's fourth quarter and we need our starters out there, and they can still be healthy to go out there. So having a rotation is pretty good now.
Yeah, I think this is the deepest front four that we've had in the time that I've been watching Prairie View football, which is a better part of close to 30 years at this point. And I think everyone's impressed with the kind of pressure that y'all put on opposing offensive lines. You can see them getting tired over time. And I think a lot of folks thought there would be some drop off with Dumas leaving, but ain't no drop off on the pressure y'all been putting on the quarterback.
Oh, sir, next man up. We're not really worried about it.
There it is, next man up. So Jessie, I understand that you've got some additional talents where you might even be able to play that 0 quarter, that halftime, and that 5th quarter. So I understand you played in the band before. So tell us about that.
Well, yes, sir. I was in the band from 5th grade all the way to my junior year of high school. I mean, I did marching band freshman year of high school, but I couldn't really do it sophomore on up because I became on varsity, so I couldn't really do both. But I actually love music. Like, music was my passion before football, before sports.
What instrument? Yeah.
Percussion. Drum.
Oh, okay.
So do you sneak over?
Yeah, we might need to see a Jessie feature at halftime at homecoming, you know.
I've been wanting to go over there and get on the chorus for one time. But nah.
Sneak over to Hobart Taylor and get a little practice session in.
Couple of reps in, huh?
Marching Storm got they way better than what I am. Way.
Jesse, how good was it going into the locker rooms, man, at the halftime mark, and you guys had left them with that goose egg going into the halftime? Yeah,
I mean, it was good, but like the way we was talking, we felt like we didn't feel like, but we was talking like as we was down, like we was like still score 0-0, don't let up, just keep going. So we wasn't really satisfied. We just wanted to keep going.
Okay. That's what I'm talking. That's what I was seeing. That he feels the way I was feeling.
Yes, sir.
Let's just to take a back up a little bit. Tell us, how did you end up at Prairie View in the first place? What motivated you to go ahead and make that commitment and sign on the dotted line?
Well, out of high school, I was a 3-star recruit, and I had multiple D1 PP5 offers and stuff. But due to coaching staff changes, I kind of lost all my scholarships. So then I was going to take the JUCO route and go to Blinn, but I want to say a week before Prairie View came, and I took a visit, and it's been home ever since.
I didn't know that.
The visits closed the deal, bro. The visits closed the deal. You come on that yard, and they walk you through the MSC at lunchtime.
Yeah.
Name one young black man that's not going to commit on the spot.
You say, I think I'm at home, Mama.
Oh,
I'll be back.
use your resources.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? So we got Southern coming up. What have you started looking ahead yet? I know coaches like to focus on the game at hand, but have you started kind of scouting Southern a little bit already?
Actually, no, sir. We haven't started scouting yet. We still about to do corrections this week, and then we probably gonna get into it starting tomorrow. But of course, it's not gonna be a opponent we could just sleep on and think we're gonna come out with the dub. Of course, it's gonna be a lot of work we have to do this week to get prepared for the game.
What does your weekly prep look like? So y'all start prepping typically on a Monday for the upcoming game?
Yes, sir. So on a Monday, we'll usually watch our mess ups on past game, and then I want to say as soon as that's over with, we go straight into scout report and stuff like that. We get straight into the week to prepare for the game on Saturday.
Okay. So what are your goals, your personal goals for this season?
My personal goals, I want to make first team all conference, and I just want to have a good season. I want to have a better season than I had last year. I want to be All-American, so that's my goal.
There it is. There it is.
All
You
right.
heard it here first. All-American Jessie Owens from Prairie View A&M University. I like the way that sounds, bro. I like the way it sounds.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jessie. Well, we're gonna let you go, man. Appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank
And I want y'all to welcome Southern to death row when they show up on the hill next weekend. And
Yes.
let's get this dub, baby.
Yes, sir. All right, you guys, take care now.
All right,
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. We'll be right back. And we are back with the We Ready shout outs. So Shaunetta, who you got?
I'm actually going with the entire volleyball team. They opened up conference play with a sweep over Texas Southern University.
3-0. They
Nice.
ready.
They ready.
They ready. Joe, what you got?
I got to give a shout out to the PV Mama Bears. The Mama Bears, we're going to start with Shaunetta, first of all. So our interns came down to Dallas. Shaunetta demanded that them babies be put in a hotel close to the Renaissance, close to the Market Center. So Roland had to redo all the damn reservations because PV Mama Bear said, nah, them babies ain't staying.
Ain't
20, 30
getting
minutes
on
away.
635 at all.
Yeah.
For $89 a night, they could have got on 635.
Then we at the gala, the interns show up late. They didn't show up till all the dinner was served. We didn't ate salad, main course, and dessert. They show up, it's all gone. PV Mama Bear, Eureka Drayden, said, them babies need to eat. Y'all need to feed these babies. She ain't even met these interns before. This was the first time she ever met them. She said, feed these babies. She gets with Kelly Collins, who was on the gala staff. Kelly went and found them babies some food. They went and harassed the hell out of the wait staff to get these babies some plates. Not only did they get the main course, they even got dessert and a glass of water. So I'm gonna just say shout out to the PV Mama Bears for taking care of PV fam.
They are
ready.
obviously ready.
Keisha got her hand up right now.
Thank y'all so much. My voice is gone. I had a lot of fun, but thank y'all to everyone who helped us out in any way. But for sure, shout out to the PV Mama Bears.
Oh my God. All right. So I think this is the first time that we actually had media passes. I know I was trying to keep up with the live feed. So I appreciate the live feed that y'all were getting and being right there on the sideline. That was phenomenal. I don't think there was anywhere else we could get that kind of content. So I'm excited for, all of our social media was just popping. So I appreciate that. All right, Shaunetta, let's give this a shot. We need the metronome, though. We need the metronome.
Yes, we need that. I couldn't hear you snapping your fingers.
Oh, okay.
Get your legs up, boy. Get your legs up, boy.
PV.
You know.
It's still, come on. All right, and we out. All right.